stories around the world to stories here at home. This is the National News Broadcast. I'm Chamindi Samarasekara.
Good evening, I'm Stephen Diawis. Let's take a look at the main headlines for tonight.
The railway service is declared an essential service. Minister Sajid Premadasa was officially declared as the United National Party presidential candidate. The consideration of the petition against Gotabaya Rajapaksa postponed for tomorrow. A petition to the Supreme Court to declare the Gazette notification of the presidential election non and void. Palali Airport named as Jaffna International Airport. The crisis of the Democratic Party in the Congress against the American president escalates.
A look at stories in more details now. 14 new ambassadors and high commissioners concurrently accredited to Sri Lanka presented their credentials to President Maithripala Sirisena at the President's House in Colombo today. High Commissioner of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Melondi Solomon Dlamini, presented the credentials to the President. Francois Delhay handed over the credentials as the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Belgium. Ambassador of the Republic of Benin, Makirimi Abisola, presented the credentials to the President. Carlos José de Pino y Melo Pereira Marques handed over the credentials as the Ambassador of the Portuguese Republic. Ambassador of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Mohamed Senkic, presented the credentials to the President. Ahmed Yusuf Mohamed Elzidig presented the credentials as the Ambassador of the Republic of Sudan. New Ambassador of the Republic of Guinea, Fatoumata Balde, handed over her credentials to the President. Gabriel Pandureni Sinimbo presented the credentials as the High Commissioner of the Republic of Namibia. Ambassador of the Hellenic Republic, Dionysios Kaivitos, presented the credentials to the President. Ambassador of the Republic of Chile, Juan Rolando Angulo, also handed over the credentials to the President. Eleonora Dimitrova handed over her credentials as the Ambassador of the Republic of Bulgaria. Ambassador of Ireland Brendan Ward presented the credentials to the President. Coromota Godoy Calderon handed over her credentials as the Ambassador of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Ambassador of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Tizita Mulugeta, presented the credentials to the President. High Commissioner of the Kingdom of Eswatini will be based in Kuala Lumpur, and Ambassador of the Republic of Benin will be based in Tokyo. The other ambassadors and high commissioners will be based in New Delhi. Minister of Foreign Affairs Tilak Marapana and Secretary to the President Udaya R. Seneviratna were also present on this occasion.
Minister Sajid Premadasa was declared as the presidential candidate of the United National Party at a special party summit held at the Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium today under the aegis of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The summit was begun with the arrival of United National Party leader Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe at the special summit. All the party leaders as the United National Front were present at this occasion. According to the Constitution of the United National Party, the presidential candidacy should be approved by the Working Committee of the United National Party. The presidential candidacy approved by the UNP Working Committee was unanimously approved by the Special Convention of the party today.
विशेष जातिक महासम्मेलनයේ सुविशेषी योजना इදිरिපත් කිරීම වෙනුවෙන් ජාතික මහා සම්මේලනයේ ඉඩකඩ විවර වන මොහොත
අයිතිදේශීය කක්ෂයෙන් පාලෙවර්
2019
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe declared that Sajid Premadasa had been appointed the United National Party candidate for the 2019 presidential elections and also the candidate of all the constituent parties of the United National Front. It is proposed at this convention to provide him all the support of all the parties concerned to be the victorious candidate at these presidential elections. Meanwhile, the working committee approved the distribution of power, reformation of the electoral system and the executive presidential system activated on the agreement with the Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe to carry forward at this convention. The appointment of Ranil Wickremesinghe as the party leader according to the constitution by the working committee was approved by the convention further. The third proposal at this special convention was the bestowing of thankful honours on the group led by the Speaker for the action they have taken during the 52-day anti-constitution period. The proposal to ensure a majority power in the Parliament through the presidential election mandate was also approved at the convention. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that a new government was appointed with a new Prime Minister. A decision was made not to give in that demand. It was decided to hit a 6 per over to stop the conspiracy. This government gave stents free of charge. This government declared the closest school is the best school, declared a 13th year compulsory education. Prices were reduced, salaries were increased, fuel prices were reduced, the Suicide ambulance was given free, bringing down the cost of living. Should not such people be given the power again to govern?
අවුරුදු 13ක් අඛණ්ඩ අධ්‍යාපනයක් හැම දරුවෙක්ටම දෙනවා. කවුද කරේ? ගිය ආණ්ඩුව වියදම් අඩු කරා.
It further said that the Mahasangha was given an insurance cover. More houses were built for the poor. The democratic ways had been strengthened. After this, the way forward is to create an export-oriented economy. A digital-based economy must be created. The young generation must be strengthened with a forward-looking economy. Steps must be taken to increase the income. After winning the presidential elections, the parliament must be won with a 125-seat majority.
රූපවාහිනිය පොරොන්දු වෙනවා මට හැමදාම බලින්න. මම කියනවා එක දවසක් තීරය ගෙනියන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. අපිට දැන් තියෙන්නේ මෙතනින් රටේ අපනයන ආර්ථිකයක් ඇති කරන්න, ඩිජිටල් ආර්ථිකයක් ඇති කරන්න, තරුණයන්ට අනාගතයක් දෙන්න, ආදායම් වැඩි කරන්න. මේ වැඩ කළා තියෙන අපි ඉදිරියට යමු. ඉදිරියට යන්න අපි කරන්න තියෙන්නේ තව පියවර දෙකයි. ජනාධිපතිවරණය දිනන්න, ඊට පස්සේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු 125කින් දිනන්න.
එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයට
Minister Sajid Premadasa said that this is the first step in a system we are creating that people like you continue to win at every turn. This system will look after the common man, will protect the participating citizens, will ensure a gigantic development program. This system will ensure the utilization of our war heroes, gaining, upgrading in a system that will ensure the total development of our citizens. All the citizens in the electorates will participate in a system that will bring in improvement into the lives of the people. There will be a victorious Sri Lanka. You and us will hold hands and take this journey towards development together. This is my proposal to you.
This presidential election should be conducted in a violence-free atmosphere, states United National Freedom Alliance General Secretary Mahinda Amaravira. He made these declarations taking part in a media briefing at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party headquarters. United National Freedom Alliance General Secretary Mahinda Amaravira said that, like in every presidential election, it had been emphasized that there should be a peaceful election atmosphere in the country. The President's idea is to have a violence-free election. The President has informed all the forces that steps should be taken to have a violence-free atmosphere in the country. All necessary steps should be taken to ensure a polythene-free election campaign. It is expected from all candidates to declare in their television speeches and the media briefings to speak about the preservation of environment. As the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, the discussions we have with the Podujana Peramuna that has gone into a number of rounds, these matters were discussed. At various times, the candidate Gautama too was met to discuss these. As the candidate of the left, these matters will be discussed with him further in order to ensure the victory of the candidate on the left. The Gazette Extraordinary to declare train service as an essential service was signed by President Maithripala Sirisena, says State Minister Ashok Abesinghe. State Minister Ashok Abesinghe said that the train strike has reached the 8th day by now. Last afternoon at the discussions call, they said they will continue the strike. If their demands were allowed, it will create a salary anomaly for 519,000 government servants. The President was requested to create an essential service of the railway. Yesterday, 12 railway turns were in operation. Today, 15 turns were in operation. Some railway workers are waiting to return to work. However, the striking workers are forcing them to remain on strike. The General Manager of the railways has pleaded for protection from the police, which had been granted to him. However, in comparison to yesterday, more railway turns occurred, states Department of Railways. Due to the strike today too, the rail travellers face great difficulties.
Further inquiries regarding the petition against Gautama Rajapaksa was put off for tomorrow. The petition against declaring Gautama Rajapaksa as a citizen of Sri Lanka was taken up for the second day today. First, the President's Council named on behalf of the third co-respondent named in the petition, Minister Bajira Bewardana pointed out that the documents relevant to the dual citizenship of Gautama Rajapaksa are missing. The chairman of the appeals court, Judge Yasantha Kodagoda, informed the attorneys of all parties in presenting the facts to consider the time factor. Professor Chandragupta Thenuwara and Gamini Viyangoda have presented this petition.
A petition was filed with the Supreme Court today requesting to invalidate the Gazette notification issued by the Election Commission declaring the presidential election. The petition was filed by former Mayor of Galle, Metsiri De Silva. Chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, the members of the Commission and the Attorney General have been named as the respondents of the petition. Petitioners have indicated that President Maithripala Sirisena was elected as President on January 8, 2015 for a term of 6 years. However, the Election Commission has issued a Gazette notification calling for a presidential election at the completion of 5 years of the official term. Accordingly, nominations for the elections have been called on the 7th of October. The petitioner has pointed out that the decision of the Elections Commission to call for election is unconstitutional. The petitioner has requested the court to issue an interim injunction preventing the submission of nominations for the election on the 7th of October. The Permanent High Court at Bar today granted permission to former Defence Secretary Gautama Rajapaksa to travel overseas for a medical checkup from 9th to the 12th of October. The case against the former Defence Secretary for allegedly misappropriating state funds amounting to close to 34 million rupees during the construction of the D.A. Rajapaksa Museum was taken up before Special High Court today. Attorney at law representing the former Defence Secretary requested the court to release his client's passport as he is with the need to travel overseas for a medical examination during a previous hearing. Accordingly, the three-judge bench ordered to relax the travel restriction for the mentioned time period. Colombo Magistrate Court ordered 80 banks and financial institutions to submit account details of IGP Pujit Jayasundara and former Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando to the Criminal Investigation Department. The Colombo Magistrate also ordered several telecommunication companies to submit a report on the phone calls of the IGP and the former Defence Secretary to the CID. The magistrate issued these orders when the case against the former Defence Secretary and the IGP for allegedly failing to prevent the Easter Sunday attacks due to the negligence occurred in carrying out their duties was taken up for hearing today. State Deputy Solicitor General said that the statements have been recorded from 70 persons and statements to be recorded from 16 more persons, including the Archbishop of Colombo, Cardinal Malcolm Ranjith. 4 suspects taken into custody on the charge of vandalizing Buddha statues in Mavanala were produced before the Mavanala District Magistrate today. The District Magistrate then ordered to re-remand the suspects until October 17th.
The railway strike is an unfair, unjustifiable action, states Minister Mangala Samaravira. He said this at a media briefing conducted at the Ministry of Finance today. Minister Mangala Samaravira said that the recommendations in the Presidential Commission report will be activated from January 1st. Accordingly, the salaries of the government servants will increase from 5,500 rupees to 34,000 rupees. The price of cooking gas was at 2,650 rupees. We have now reduced it to 1,733 rupees. This will be reduced further in the next coming days. What is Mahinda uttering at present? The railway workers had been given all possible relief that can be given. About an year ago, when they went on strike, forcing the public into grave difficulties, on the request of the President in removing the salary anomalies, we not only solved the problems of the railway workers, but also of the total public service. The truth here is that they have turned this into a political weapon. In their Facebook, these strikers demand that the strike should be settled according to the recommendations of Basil Rajapaksa. This can be raised by name and status of position. This is a baseless strike. The answer to their demands will receive from the 1st of January. The cabinet approval is given to solve these salary anomalies.
Palali Airport was named as the Jaffna International Airport today. Accordingly, this is the 5th international airport in Sri Lanka. This was named as the Jaffna International Airport in accordance with the proposal presented to the Cabinet by Minister Arjuna Ranathunga. Palali Airport, which had been earlier utilised as a regional airport in the Southeast Asian zone and for civil aviation, was begun to be developed as an international airport last July. The development work is scheduled to be completed by the 10th of October. The Palali Airport, which was developed in 3 stages, has received the International Civil Aviation Code number. In parallel to naming Jaffna Airport as an international airport, the Batticaloa Airport is expected to be named the Batticaloa International Airport and the Ratmalana Airport Colombo as the Ratmalana International Airport.
German embassy in Sri Lanka celebrated the German Unity Day yesterday. Celebration of the 30th anniversary of the German Unity Day was held at the German embassy. German Unity Day is celebrated on October 3rd every year, commemorating the anniversary of German reunification in 1990. A peaceful revolution led to the fall of the Berlin Wall on November 9, 1989. The fall of the Berlin Wall led to German reunification was finalized on October 3, 1990. The celebration was held under the patronage of chief guest of the event, Minister Ravi Karunanaike and German Ambassador John Rode. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya, diplomats, public representatives, leading professionals and businessmen and other guests were present on this occasion.
I want to assure you that Germany continues to be a reliable partner and work closely with Sri Lanka in its efforts to strengthen democracy, reconciliation and economic prosperity. On economic development, the German decision to open a German Chamber of Commerce last year and to cooperate with Sri Lanka in the establishment of 2 state-of-the-art vocational training centers. One was founded in 2015 and the other one will soon be opened, started in Matara, are concrete examples of German support to maximize Sri Lankan human resources and economic potential. Plus, in the last 2 years, together with the EU, the re-granting of the GSP Plus concession. The effects of climate change are no longer an academic discussion. It is now a concrete threat. Urgent action is needed. Germany also here is ready, Minister, to be your partner to assist in a successful switch to renewables.
We remain encouraged by German pledged support and goodwill of Sri Lanka's transformational journey. Germany has continued to assist Sri Lanka to strengthen its vibrant democratic credentials and traditions and promote human rights. I am confident that the new momentum generated in our political relations since early 2015 would continue to further strengthen our overall partnership. In this regard, I would like to extend our appreciation to the Ambassador Excellency Rode and his excellent team for the tireless efforts to sustain momentum and growth in our bilateral ties. Now that Excellency had mentioned about the renewable energy, and I have been the Minister of Power, Energy and Renewable Energy, I thought I would add on to what you basically mentioned. I've started to see that in a very short time that you have moved from 1% to 89% renewable self-sufficiency. I hope Sri Lanka can emulate that in the next 5-6 years. We are at this particular moment only about 6% of our total generation. We have embarked on a very rapid development of renewables.
Now for a short break, we'll be back with more local stories. Welcome back to the news. The unveiling of the pinnacle of the newly built pagoda of historic Vidyawattani Grodharama Viharaya in Udugampala Gampaha was held under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena today. Mahasangha, led by Anunayaka of Ramanya Mahanikaya, Most Venerable Dr. Varakagoda Premaratana Thera and Speaker Karu Jayasuriya were present on this occasion.
Ramanya Mahanikaya, Anunayaka, Mahacharya, Pooja Varakagoda Premaratana Swami Mahasangha Mahasangha saha Katana Karu Jayasuriya
Shilpa Abhimani 2019, the Presidential Handicrafts Competition and Exhibition, was launched at the Sirimavo Bandaranaike Exhibition Hall this evening. The event was held under the patronage of Minister Rishad Bathuddin. The annual Shilpa Abhimani exhibition is organised by the National Crafts Council. The main objective of the Shilpa Abhimani exhibition is to uplift the socio-economic status of handicraftsmen and to protect, promote and honour their artistic talents. The 4-day exhibition with over 75 stalls will be held until October 6 from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The exhibition will also have an international crafts festival with handicrafts showcased by craftsmen representing countries including India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Oman, Thailand and Iran. In addition, the award ceremony of the All Ireland School Handicrafts Competition was also held under the patronage of Minister Rishad Bathuddin. More than 10,000 handicrafts by close to 5,000 students representing all 9 provinces was submitted for the competition. The school children who won under 21 categories of the competition were recognized at the award ceremony. Diplomats, state officials, students and many others were present on this occasion.
International Conference on Social and Cultural Nexus of Science and Technology Development was commenced in Colombo today. The 2-day conference is organized by the National Science Foundation of the Ministry of Science and Technology. The international conference has been organized with the objective to bring together academics, researchers and policymakers into a common platform to discuss and debate on science and technology development in various perspectives. Policy dialogue on the role of education in promoting science and technology in Sri Lanka will be held tomorrow, the final day of the conference. Vice Chairman of the University Grants Commission of India, Dr. Bhushan Patwardhan, delivered the keynote address at the inauguration session today.
8.2 million out of 12.6 million deaths caused by the environment are due to non-communicable diseases. So we are shifting our gears from earlier infectious diseases era to non-communicable diseases which are more lifestyle, behavioral, environmental. I am saying that today we are living in a medicalized world. Today we are using health and medicine as synonyms, and we have gone to such an extent that we have started believing that by taking pill we will get health. No, your health is so precious to be outsourced to doctors. Your health should be in your hand. And most importantly, we have completely undermined our own capacity to heal ourselves. Market forces and the curative practices together are driving this and resulting into the crisis of affordability, accessibility and availability of quality health care.
Southeast Asia's biggest food and hospitality show, Culinary Art Food Expo 2019, and the International Culinary Competition set to commence on October 21st at the BMI-CH. A media briefing was held on this regard today under the patronage of Minister John Amarathunga. 19th edition of the Culinary Art Food Expo and the International Culinary Competition will be held on the 21st, 22nd and 23rd of this month. Culinary Art Food Expo 2019 is organised by Chefs Guild of Lanka together with World Association of Chefs Societies and CDC Events and Travels. Over 3,000 local and international chefs will participate in the International Culinary Competition. Former chairman of Chefs Guild of Sri Lanka, Gerard Mendes, said that the event has the participation of 32 international culinary judges from 14 countries and international competing teams. The top award winners of the competition will get the opportunity to take part in the next Culinary Olympics set to take place in February 2020 in Germany.
We hope for this year get around little more than 2 million tourists as it is. Country depends very much on tourism for the tourist income. Last year we had $4.3 billion that came in the country from tourism. This year it may be a little less because of the 2-3 months we had after April. However, Sri Lanka has to depend on tourism for their economic revival and development. And I hope that things will be quiet and normal, particularly in the last 4 months of this year, is a key period where many tourists from different parts of the world come to Sri Lanka.
The work in the main tunnel of the Ummah multi-purpose project was completed yesterday. The total money spent on this project amounts to $514 million. The main tunnel constructed from Karandagolla in Bandarawala to Dairamba in Velimada is 15.4 kilometers long. This main tunnel was built in 2 sections, the first part being 11.2 kilometers long while the second section is 4.2 kilometers long. Work of the tunnels were begun in 2 sections and yesterday the 2 tunnels were joined together. It is expected to create 120 megawatts of power under this project. The main power station is built in the Karandagolla area. The tunnel is expected to provide drinking water and irrigation water to people of Badulla and Munaragala districts. The annual Yala Harvest Rice Festival organized by the Agriculture and Irrigation Ministry was begun in the Sri Dalada Maligav yesterday. The Yala Harvest ritual was conducted for the Sri Dalada Samidu at the Dalada Maligav premises this morning. The first heaps of harvest from the Yala season was packed into a special bowl prepared by the Pirit Mandape of the Sri Dalada Maligav. The religious rituals were conducted utilizing these collections. Minister P. Harrison headed the group of people who performed the religious rituals.
Veteran people dedicated leftist leader Peter Kahneman was commemorated this morning in a ceremony conducted at the Maradana Junction. Peter Kahneman, who began his political life in the Colombo Central Division, came to be known as a people-friendly politician and won many plaudits from the public in his parliamentary life. He dedicated himself in the public service. As the Minister of Local Government, Housing and Urban Development, he was recognized as the founder of the Housing Flats Development Scheme. As a pioneer of the Ceylon Communist Party, Peter Kahneman was considered a Marxist in the mainstream of politics. For his dedicated service to the deprived peoples, the Maradana Junction was named the Peter Kahneman Square. Among the large crowds present at the present was the President Secretary General of the Communist Party, Du Gunasekara.
Now that the Ruhani University premises had been completely rid of ragging, the students who enter the university have no fear whatsoever regarding ragging, says the Vice-Chancellor of the Ruhani University, Professor Sujiva Amarasena. The long-term program activated against ragging is very successful, he states. The ragging, which was prevalent in all the universities in the island, was active in Ruhanu campus to drastic effect. As the media had been revealing explicitly regarding these ragging incidents, the public too were very aware of these incidences. It is the present Vice-Chancellor who activated a series of programs to counter this menace. This included the strengthening of the student counselling services, upgrading of sport activities and also activating an entire ragging campaign of the students not attached to any political party. In accordance with the new program, action had been launched to call back students who left the university due to ragging. The Vice-Chancellor appeals from the public not to contribute any money to the money collecting tills program claimed to be for funding various projects. The incident depicted in the recently launched video that had a wide circulation is not based on a recent incident and investigations have been activated regarding it, states the university's sources.